Wednesday, January 5th, 2022. Still feels a little bit funny in the mouth to say 2022, but yep, it is here. Before we get into the daily financial news, we have two congratulations to send out. Let's first welcome or congratulate the Knutson family. Knutson family. Your card will go out in the mail today. And then Maddie, congratulations for getting your deal. Your card will go out in the mail. Folks, if you don't know what these are cards that I send to anybody who closes on a rental property and can simply say that one rental at a time helped them some way, somehow. Maybe it's this channel, maybe it's the book, maybe it's Instagram, maybe it's the website, free PDFs, who knows, courses. If I help you in some way, I want to send you a congratulations. I'd love a selfie when you get it so we can continue this movement going forward. And remember, you and I are going to help 1 million people. It is my lifetime goal to help people close on 1 million transactions. In order to do that, I need your help. If you like a video that we create, please share it. I will continue to do 4 or 5 videos a day. It is what I enjoy, and I need your help. So please like, subscribe, share, invite others, tell them about the book, the channel, Instagram, whatever it is, let me know. And yes, I appreciate all the help. I think we still have some growth to go through, but once we hit some inflection point that's out there, it will grow on itself. So if you could help us get there, that would be wonderful. So a lot of interesting stuff today to talk about. Let me sit this somewhere. First off, private payrolls, he said slowly, from ADP came out this morning. It is one that we've talked about probably the last 6 or 7 months. It is the first look at job growth the previous month. It is called private payrolls. The actual number that we care about comes out Friday, but this comes out on Wednesday, usually a day or two ahead of time. And it came out hot, huge. Expectations were 375,000. Last month was 505,000. The number, 807. 807. So again, ADP private payroll historically used to be close to the actual jobs number on Friday since it had value. But really since the pandemic's been going on, it has been all over the board and off more often than it is on. For example, last month it reported 505, but I think the actual jobs number came in at 237. Again, this is not the number that we have our over-under on, but I'm giving you a chance to change your mind. Our over-under that we established over the weekend is 350,000 for Friday's jobs number. I think it's reported at 5:30 a.m. Pacific. Again, you can simply say over or under if you'd like to participate in our challenge, just to have some fun. And again, the number that I called, again, it just popped in my head Sunday morning, is 287. I'm going to stay with that number. I am not going to let the ADP report sway me. But again, if you'd like to change your number, feel free. Leave comments below. Let's see what happens. On top of ADP, we got some views on quits. We saw record numbers once again. 4.5 million people quit their job in November. 1 million, or roughly 25% of that, were in leisure and hospitality. Yeah, it makes sense. In fact, we've been talking about it on this channel. If you are in one of those jobs and you've had some training and some experience and frankly a heartbeat, you could change employers and get a raise. So a lot of this is people moving from job A to job B, getting a $2, $3, $4, $5 raise, which should be expected. If you want to hire the best, pay them. That is one thing you learn very early. On top of that, we saw the jobs openings shrink by about 500,000. Job openings now 6.7 million. Still plenty of jobs out there for the folks that want them. Again, we are in for another year of wage inflation. That's what this tells me, right? 4.5 million people quitting. It's because they feel confident they can get another job. 6.7 million job openings means they can get another job. So again, this is the economy healing itself. but wage inflation will be real. Goldman Sachs is out talking about Bitcoin this morning, which I thought was interesting. Anytime big Wall Street firms talk about it, it can be a sign of big players coming in and around. Basically, what they said in this article I read this morning is that they expect over the next decade, so this is quite the story, quite the going out on a limb, Goldman, not. Basically saying Bitcoin has a chance to overtake gold as far as a market cap, as it takes the shine away from gold as a store of value. Over the last 6 months or so, it's been very clear that the younger generation, millennials and Gen X, would rather hold Bitcoin or crypto than gold. It is now looking like the baby boomers in Gen X, if the Wall Street firms come in heavy, might be going that way as well. So interesting stuff to look at. Mortgage rates hit a high, 9-month high reported today, 3.33%. I am happy to say that we've been talking about this on this channel for 60 or 90 days now. We've been right a lot lately. It's up 0.5 point in a year. Refis are down 2% week on week, but 40% year on year. Again, we talked to Matt, the mortgage guy, later today. It will be a very interesting conversation as rates are going to be going up this year. And again, we've called it, so we'll see what he has to say. Purchases, right? Purchases often when rates go up, it pulls forward demand. Not this week. Purchases were down 4% week on week and 12% year on year. I believe this has a lot to do with inventory. Inventory in November is another record low. Where are all the houses to buy? Don't know if you saw this, but there are several retail companies, Macy's and Nike, that have decided to shorten their hours. Now, this is something they're saying they're doing because of this health crisis that's going on. I suspect that might be the excuse they're telling folks. I actually think the problem is worse. I think they can't find enough people. I don't think Macy's and Nike can open safely with like half the number of employees. I think there is a real problem with employment at stores like that. And I think that's what's going on, right? I think Nike, again, it was reported, where was it? Nike in Upper East Side, New York, used to be open 11 to 7, now 12 to 5. To me, that kind of sounds like 2 shifts, now 1. Again, this could be totally wrong, but again, this is what we saw in restaurants. Remember when restaurants couldn't open because they didn't have people? Now we have retailers not opening because they don't have people. Yeah, wages are going up. Something that kind of surprised me this morning, but I guess didn't, Chicago Teachers Union voted to go back to virtual teaching. I cannot imagine, never wanted to be a teacher, right? Screaming kids running around, I couldn't imagine. But yeah, it's remote learning, in my opinion, hurts the ones that need it the most. But yes, Chicago, again, it's a tough call, right? It's tough. But yes, Chicago teachers voted to go back to remote learning. Now 330,000 students. It's the 3rd largest district going virtual. That's not a good sign. Not a good sign. New York Mayor Eric Adams. I don't know if you saw this, but he was sworn in what I think would be national TV at 12:01 New Year's Day. He says, open up New York. Bankers get back to work, really get back to the office. He wants to open Manhattan. He wants the bankers back. Goldman City, he called them out by name. Open up. He's talking about when accountants and analysts are sitting in their home, New York dies. The economy dies. The hot dog stands, dry cleaners, coffee shops struggle. Eric Adams is saying, time to live with this. You know, let's be safe, smart, but let's move on. And Eric, I agree with you. It is time to get this going. Of course, be safe, all of that, but damn. Yeah, I get it. And again, Eric Adams, the brand new mayor of New York City, he's looking at tax revenue down. I mean, he's looking at a struggling city. So you got to get where he's coming from. I have talked about Airbnb probably over the summer as being one of those areas that kind of felt bubblish to me. A lot of people were jumping in. A lot of people were doing these, you know, I don't know, lease backs or whatever you want to call it. Arbitrage, I think they call it. And I have a sneaky suspicion that Airbnb is about to be a lot less profitable as we get more and more people chasing hot money, chasing easy. It's not easy, folks. And I think Airbnb could cause a lot of pain in the year ahead. So we shall see. Now, something else I've done is earlier in the week, I talked about a 10-unit C-class apartment building. I shared 2020 actuals with you. I just got last night, now I'm going over it this morning, 10 years of actuals, which I will do a video on sometime later today or perhaps tomorrow. But if you ever wanted to own a C-class apartment building, I'm going to give you the numbers. And some years great, some years horrible. The big thing about this 10-unit building, as I'm now collecting the history, is I bought it. Let me make sure the year's right. One sec. What year was the first year? I bought it December of 2011, right at the end of 2011. I got it for a fire sale price. What happened, though, is the previous owner bought it in '07. They paid roughly $65K a door, or 650 grand. These are little one-bedroom, one-baths in Central California. It rented back in the day for like 400, 425, maybe 450, something like that. What happened is the buyer overpaid. And over the course of 3 to 4 years, the building fell apart. And then they ended up losing it. And I paid roughly a third of what they paid. And then I had to invest a lot of capital. People were asking me, why did I sell some apartments in 2019? Because I watched my market and I saw people overpay for C-class apartment buildings, which is happening across the country today. Some of you all have bought some nasty properties that are about to be hard to manage. So we will go over that entire story in a subsequent video with actuals out of the property management system. Should be fun. Yeah, should be fun. Ray Dalio is out bashing cash, bashing bonds producing negative yield. Ray, I get it. I've been talking about it, right? Get 1%, but 6% inflation. How does that work? Also saying, don't forget that Bitcoin could be outlawed with a stroke of a pen. Remember that they outlawed silver and gold before. Ray is basically almost ranting at folks. Get a balanced portfolio. And of course, rebalance your portfolio. Don't let one leg of this balanced portfolio outweigh all the others, or there will be pain ahead. And then finally, got to watch that 10-year. 10-year Treasury spiked the last couple of days. It's down a little bit today. But that is going to feed into mortgage rates. As we talked about earlier, mortgage rates are up to 3.3%, which is a high of 9 months. People are calling for the 10-year to be at 2% this year. Folks, I think that's low. I think the 10-year could be at 2.25% this year. So let's see what happens. It's only the 5th, right? Only January 5th. Remember, folks, we're going to try to help 1 million people close on their first or next real estate investment. In order to do that, I need your help. It is my lifetime goal, but we have to do it together. Please share, like, subscribe, comment for the YouTube algorithm, right? YouTube algorithm, like, subscribe, comment, share, share, share. More and more people need to come to one rental at a time, because we are doing the work every day. We are generally positive, and we bring on 8 millionaires every week just for you. All right, take care. Have a wonderful, Wednesday? Wednesday.